Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Real quick before we get started, I just want to let you know, I got a new mic stand, so let me know if the audio quality is better for this video. And, yeah. Anyways, first we're gonna talk about, for a little bit, who I think personally is coming next. This is speculation, but based off of data mine, leaks, etc. Now, and then I'm also just gonna talk about the remaining heroes that were leaked and if I think they're still gonna come, depending on each one. So anyways, let's get started. Now, the main character I believe who will be coming next is definitely She-Hulk. She's basically been finished for a while now. It seems like she was delayed for a while due to some team members getting replaced and kind of got pushed back to where, because she was supposed to originally release before Jane and Winter Soldier. So I would expect her to be the next hero 100%. She is not meant to be an Echo hero, and I wouldn't expect her to be an Echo hero because, well, it'd be pretty difficult to make Hulk's moves work for a character that's completely different size. Now, next I'm going to talk about all of the other leaked heroes. War Machine, for example. War Machine seemed like he was going to come to the game pretty early on. We've seen a leaked design. I'll put that up on the screen now. This character is most likely not going to be an Echo if they're added to the game. I'd say it's 50-50 whether or not War Machine comes to the game currently. I don't think it's unlikely, but I don't think it's very likely either. Now, next hero I want to talk about is Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, I'd say, has like a 90% chance of being added to the game. I'd basically expect her to be the last hero added to the game, unless the game is somehow saved. I don't think that that's likely, and I don't think that they even expect it to be a chance. I'd expect her to come out with whatever small amount of or large amount of pre-stuff we'll get. I doubt it's much, but yeah. The next hero I want to talk about is Doctor Strange, and I really don't see Doctor Strange being added to the game at all. I think the chances are extremely small. Now, if the game does end this year, I'd say there's a 0% chance of Doctor Strange coming to the game. If the game does last past this year, maybe he could be added in the future, but I honestly highly doubt that he will be added. Next, basically have the same opinions for this hero as Doctor Strange, and that's Scarlet Witch. Just isn't a character that I think will get made. I didn't go quite into why, other than the fact that I just don't think they're likely for both her and Doctor Strange. But the main reason is I feel like they'd probably want these characters to have a lot more depth to them and be more unique. And I feel like currently, with current dev team we have and the resources they have, I don't think it's possible we'll get either of these characters. Unless the game has some kind of resurgence and popularity and is saved. Next, I want to talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think these two are slightly more likely than Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch. I do think that if we get one, we will probably get the other, but I overall don't think we will be getting them. If the game does get saved, however, I would expect them to be some of the first heroes after this year. So if the game somehow survives, I'd expect to see these early spring or summer 2024. Next, I want to talk about Falcon. Falcon is a character that I expected to have in this game earlier, just because of the fact that I feel like that is a more simplistic character. I'd say that Falcon is more likely than some other heroes, but I still wouldn't expect to see them this year. If the game is saved, probably I'd expect to see him as one of the first 3 or 4 heroes next year. Anyways, next is MAR-VELL. Now, MAR-VELL, very interesting. because while I do expect Captain Marvel to come to the game 100%, essentially, MAR-VELL I don't really expect. I think that he was kind of thought about maybe being in the game. I mean, we already are gonna have your newer Miss Marvel with Kamala Khan, but Captain Marvel's role is taken clearly by Carol, so I don't know if he would be added. If he was added, I know he would definitely 100% be an Echo hero, even though I doubt when this game was starting and this was found in the files, they were not planning on doing Echoes at all. So if he ever does come to the game, he would be an Echo, I'm sure, but I wouldn't expect to see him probably ever. If the game does get saved, maybe like 2025 he'd come out. Next is Mockingbird. Now, Mockingbird, I mean, Mockingbird isn't the most popular character, but she is closely related to the character of Hawkeye, and I feel like she might be able to be done fairly easily. I feel like they probably use parts of Black Widow and Hawkeye along with some other stuff to make her so she'd be probably about as much of an Echo as Winter Soldier. I don't expect to see her maybe late 2024 if the game's saved once again. Now, Quake is our next one. Quake is very interesting because she's definitely not the most well-known or popular character on the list, but she's a fan favorite also. Multiple large community members have wanted this character, and they even have referenced her in the game multiple times. They've also referenced a lot of these other characters on the list. I think the only one that wasn't referenced out of the ones I've said so far is Mockingbird and MAR-VELL, but I do think that Quake, if the game does get saved, would probably arrive late 2024, early 2025. Next is Spider-Woman. Spider-Woman's interesting because, I mean, she's not really related to the Spider-Man character at all, so I don't think she would be exclusive to Sony, and I think that, if you don't know, this is probably the Jessica Drew version of Spider-Woman, not like Spider-Gwen or like Spider-Girl, like it's specifically Spider-Woman. I wouldn't expect her to be in the game anytime soon either. I'd say maybe 2024 if the game's saved once again. I know I've said that a lot. I'm gonna try and stop saying that. But maybe 2025? I mean, I don't think she's one of the most likely characters, but she is a part of that era of Avengers with like Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Spider-Man, Wolverine. So she is definitely, like, she is a member. So I would say that she is more likely than Quake. But yeah. Next is Vision. Now, Vision is interesting because we know Ultron has been worked on for the game a good amount. When I say good amount, like it's had more than one file, essentially. And Ultron still seems to be in development, and they've also hinted at it with the story. Like with the Cosmic Cube update, they've got references to Ultron. So maybe he'll be in the game. I mean, I don't think he would come with Ultron just because I don't feel like there's space for a hero with Ultron. Just because I feel like for what we're going to get in this final year, it's probably going to be Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, and then a couple of the heroes I'm going to talk about next that were most recently leaked. And then probably that be it for the game. But if that isn't it for the game, maybe they'll have another Ultron update next year, 2024, and Ultron returns and he makes Vision. That's what I'm kind of thinking maybe. But yeah. And maybe around the same time they add Ant-Man and Wasp. I don't know. But our final thing for these is gonna be Ironheart. Now, obviously, Ironheart would most likely be much of an Echo, very Echo-like, but I don't think I mean, I know she's not the most popular character, and I know people don't love her character, but with her already getting her own show for Disney Plus, she was just in Black Panther movie, I would say that she's probably pretty likely. I'd say that there's a 70% chance she comes to the game. Shuri, I think, also has a high chance. She's pretty popular. She just had her own film, and I feel like she's a little bit less likely than Ironheart, just because I feel like people would be more willing to accept another Iron Man hero than they would be to have another Black Panther. I'd say she's like 65% likely, and Ironheart's 70%. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that we're gonna get all of these heroes. I'd expect probably 3 or 4 more heroes. I'd say She-Hulk and Captain Marvel are the most likely, followed by Ironheart, and then Shuri, and then if the game lasts after this year, maybe more. But I really don't think that the game is going to survive, because a lot of the community itself has decided that they're done with this game. Now, there's also obviously other characters that people want in the game, and other characters that have been hinted at with comics in the game and such. But I really don't think that those are very likely, as we already have all of these others. Nick Fury was talked about for a little bit as a potential DLC character. Don't think he's likely at all, honestly, anymore. They've already added him as a NPC into the game now, and I think that they were just thinking about possibly in the distant future having him. Don't think he's coming now at all, even if the game lasts for a long time. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I just kind of wanted to talk about that a bit, and yeah. Also, very quickly, no, Spider-Man's not coming to any other platform. Don't expect it. Even if the game ends, they're not adding him to other platforms. It is not a timed exclusive, it is a permanent exclusive. But, anyways, if you do enjoy this video, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what kind of other videos you want, and leave a like so I know that you enjoyed. Anyways, I will see you guys next time, and bye-bye.